Every once in a while, a game comes along that isn't just a game, it's a moment. Gears of War was one of those moments. It wasn't just another shooter, it redefined what third-person shooters could be. The cover system, the gritty tone, the cinematic storytelling, the sheer brutality of it all. It set the stage for what became one of Xbox's biggest franchises. Now here we are in 2025 with Gears of War Reloaded, and the question is simple. Why should you buy it? Why should you invest your time, energy, and money into a reimagined version of a game that's almost 2 decades old? Well, the answer isn't just about nostalgia. It's not just about shinier graphics or louder sound effects. It's about experiencing one of gaming's most defining titles in its best possible form. Whether you're a diehard fan like me or someone completely new to the series, Reloaded offers something special. And with a price tag of just $39.99, this isn't a full price gamble. It's an affordable way to play one of the most iconic shooters ever made. The number one reason you should pick up Reloaded is the campaign. This isn't just any other campaign. This is the campaign that started it all. The original Gears of War told the story of Marcus, Dom, and Delta Squad as they fought for humanity's survival against the Locust Horde. It was dark, gritty, and unlike anything else at the time. Reloaded takes that same story and gives it new life. You'll notice shadows creeping across the ground in more dynamic ways, fire and explosions lighting up entire battlefields, and the Locusts looking more monstrous than ever. And the pacing, still top notch. Gears of War Reloaded doesn't drag you along with filler, it keeps the pressure on, constantly balancing action, horror, and cinematic storytelling. It's an adrenaline rush, but it also has those quieter moments of desperation and humanity that make you actually care about these characters. So for newcomers, this campaign is the perfect entry point into the series. For veterans, it's like revisiting an old friend. Except that old friend now looks sharper, moves smoother, and reminds you exactly why you fell in love with Gears in the first place. The first thing you'll notice when you load up Reloaded is how much better it looks and sounds. The original Ultimate Edition already gave the series a facelift, but Reloaded takes it a bit further. Environments are richer, textures are more detailed, and lighting is completely redone to match today's standards. Streets look wet after rainfall, the ruined cities feel alive with atmosphere, and even something as simple as sunlight pouring through shattered windows feels impactful. You can see the scarring on Marcus's face just a little bit better, the wear and tear on armor, and the inhuman detail in Locust enemies. This makes firefights not only more immersive, but more visceral. You feel the grit, the weight, and the brutality. And then there's the audio. Gears has always been known for its sound design, but Reloaded takes it a little bit further. The thud of footsteps echoing through abandoned halls, the roar of a boom shot, the spine-chilling scream of a berserker, all of it has been enhanced to make you feel like you're in the middle of a war zone. If you're a kind of player who loves immersion, Reloaded nails this. Every sound, every visual cue, every environmental detail works together to put you back into that fight for survival. You can't talk about Gears without talking about multiplayer. Gears multiplayer has always been different from other shooters, and Reloaded brings that unique formula back. This isn't your run and gun kind of experience. It's tactical, it's brutal, it's punishing if you make mistakes, but incredibly rewarding when you play smart. The shotgun duels, the Nasher battles that defined countless late nights of trash talk are still here, and they feel as satisfying as ever. You'll still be wall bouncing, sliding in and out of cover, and pulling off those clutch plays that make you feel unstoppable. And that cover system, still the gold standard. Other games have tried to replicate it, but nothing hits quite like Gears. Every move matters. Every bit of cover you take can make the difference between living and getting blown apart by a torque bow. But here's one of the biggest wins Reloaded brings to the table: crossplay. Whether you're on Xbox, PC, or PlayStation, you can squad up with your friends and jump straight into the action together. This means no more platform barriers, no more "I can't play with you anymore because you don't have the same system." It's 2025, and Reloaded finally brings everyone into the fight. Now, I'll be honest, Reloaded doesn't bring all the modes fans want, but the foundation is rock solid. That's what matters, and with crossplay, the community stays unified, keeping lobbies alive and matches competitive for the long haul. One of the most powerful things about Reloaded is that it bridges the gap between old and new. For longtime fans, this is pure nostalgia fuel. The same maps, the same campaign beats, the same Locust enemies that terrified us back in the day. They're all here, but polished up for 2025. Booting this game up feels like coming home. But Reloaded isn't just for veterans, it's designed as an entry point for new players as well. If you've never touched a Gears game before, this is the perfect starting point. You don't need to know any backstory. You don't need to grind through 5 games of lore to understand what's happening. This is the beginning of it all. And with Gears of War E-Day right around the corner, Reloaded basically works as your onboarding experience. Play this now, understand the mechanics, soak up the atmosphere, and when E-Day drops, you'll be fully prepared to jump in without feeling lost. That's the genius of Reloaded. It satisfies the old school fans who want that nostalgia hit while also inviting new players into the franchise into the cleanest, most accessible way possible. It's the best of both worlds, and that makes it a must buy. At the end of the day, what makes Reloaded worth buying is the sheer value of its offer. You're not just buying a remaster for the sake of it, you're buying one of the most influential shooters of all time, rebuilt to run and feel like a modern game. And the kicker? The price. Reloaded launches at $39.99. That's not a $70 gamble. That's not an overpriced nostalgia trip. That's a budget-friendly way to play a piece of gaming history that still holds up today. For fans, the value is obvious. You get to revisit the game that kicked everything off with updated visuals, updated sound, smoother gameplay, and multiplayer with crossplay support, meaning the community won't be split up like it was back in the 360 days. For newcomers, the value is even bigger. You're getting a chance to experience a cornerstone of gaming history without needing to wrestle with updated controls or clunky graphics. Reloaded isn't trying to reinvent the wheel. It doesn't need to. The foundation was already rock solid. What it does is refine, polish, and make the experience relevant again. So at $39.99 with crossplay baked in, it's one of the most easiest recommendations I can make this year. Should you buy Gears of War Reloaded? Absolutely. This isn't just a game, it's the foundation of one of the greatest sagas ever, rebuilt for a modern audience. You're getting a legendary campaign, an updated presentation, that signature multiplayer, and a bridge between old fans and new players. For me, it's personal. Gears of War has always been more than just a game to me. It's been about memories, the friendships, the late night sessions, the iconic one-liners, and the feeling of being part of something bigger. Reloaded gives us all a chance to relive that or experience it for the very first time. Whether you've been around since 2006 or you're just picking up your Lancer for the first time, this is a must play. Reloaded isn't just about looking back, it's about keeping the spirit of Gears alive for the future. So grab your squad and get ready to fight the Locust all over again. I'll see you guys on the battlefield. Peace.